Hello and welcome to Sardegna Road Track A for the second round of the Season 5 Gr.3 Championships. I'm Techno. Sabi's on his way, he's almost here. I'm also joined by Arc Chili.
Yeah, hello. It's kind of interesting being involved in the intros here that we weren't expecting. Unfortunately, Savi's laptop has decided to pack in 2 minutes before we go live, so he's currently trying to reset it, and he'll hopefully be here after the hot lap, but otherwise we're going to have to try and fill the air until he gets here. So yes, welcome everyone. We're very excited to be here again for round 2. Last week was a very, very close race. We were, it was great to see on track action. So hopefully this race will be of similar levels.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're ready to go almost to the hot lap portion of the...
And we're on the medium tyres, as I am with all these lap guides. So coming into turn 1, the orange bit just before the 100 board. Making use of the camber in turn 1, you get a little kick of oversteer to watch out for on the exit. Using all the track available at turn 3, there's loads of track there so you don't scrub off speed. Now looking just after the 50 board, staying tight to the apex of the first turn, using all the track on the second turn, very, very quick through the second turn. Now we're looking just after the 50 board, and we want to be braking, using the trail braking, using the coasting, and you can get on the power quite early. And now this is where your car's power will come into effect, taking the line of least resistance, making this back section as straight a line as possible. Even using the curb on the entry, just be careful you don't touch that wall. Just before the 100 board, braking down, staying in second gear, keeping the car tight, allowing a little bit of room to swing in, cut through that wall, and now staying towards the middle of the track, cutting in, using the curb, a little bit of the grass, braking, coasting, careful of the wall, careful on running wide on the exit, and just on the 100 board we're going to be braking, looking for a late apex so we can get the power down early for this long back straight for Sardegna. Coming into the last turn, obviously using all of the curb and all of the track on the exit to scrub off as little speed as possible, and there's your hot lap of Sardegna A.
So that's thanks to Inman for that fantastic hot lap, showing us all the braking points, all the face to turn. So what do you think? So we're going to be viewing Lobby B qualifying this week, and this is to kind of give more people some time in the stream, essentially. The actual race will be Lobby A, of course, mainly because that's where the business end of the championship fight is. So
I do believe Savi has joined.
I do believe that too.
Savi,
I do apologise there. I just came back and my laptop decided to freeze and I had to restart and reboot the whole stupid laptop. Oh, it's crap. I need a new laptop. Dear me, Did you tell
to put its hands up and, walk slowly away from the camera or something like that? Or
what's that?
Tech, we're here for racing commentary, not bad puns. That was a full Crofty level of joke there. I don't want to be dragging this down to that level. I know I'm discount Martin Brundle, but I mean, come on.
If the producer can actually hear this, can you mute Techno guys for the rest of the stream?
That's it. Me and Savi can take it for the rest of this one.
Do you know, I had a good flipping plan for the introduction. If my laptop hadn't have frozen, I was going to say roses are red, violets are blue. Who's all getting ready for round number 2? And then it just decides to freeze up on me. Stupid idiot laptop.
At least you got to hear the rhyme in the end. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, I know. That's always the positive thing.
Yeah, so obviously I'm not in love with my the laptop. I need to give it a good hammering. Like
hammer, you're here now, so that's
I'm
that's
here now. Yes, I'm here. So yes, what have I missed then, Mr. Hot Lap?
Mr. Hot Lap. So we were just talking about the fact that we are streaming Lobby B qualifying.
Yes, I did mention that last week, I believe.
Because part of the reason is, as Tech was saying, we would like to give stream time to all the drivers in the community. We are obviously focusing on the top tier of the racing, but
Yes.
that doesn't mean that there isn't other stuff going on that you don't get to see very often. So it gives them a chance to say hello to their mothers on the stream.
Look, Mum, I'm on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point all to their friends like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme, just going, "It's me, it's me."
Yeah. As well as
yeah,
that,
so-
you know, we might see people from Lobby B jumping up to Lobby A for the actual race. Especially
Well,
feels like
that is true because qualifying is looking pretty close.
extremely
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, we were touching up on like saying like maybe low 39, maybe high 40.
I mean, I predicted high 39 or 39.7 for the cutoff of Lobby A, but I've even seen people like Chris do 39.5s. So I'm actually thinking that's going to be the cutoff now. Like, it's going to be make or break.
If there is any bottling going on, it's going to end very badly for the person bottling. They could end up one or two
They
lobbies
could end
down.
up in C if they're not careful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I believe we're going to get some crow screenshots, as we call them, for our new fantastic tables for this season.
Yeah, so there you can see there, Inman, who finished second overall, but he leads the championship in the tier category with 192, ahead of Alex, Agotto, Kofi, and Trey. Randy Moore leads the way in the gold tier class, ahead of his teammate, if you will, Gianni. Then Stephen, Law, Rascal, Kobu, and Ben MK. These were all the other people that raced in Lobby A last week. And then in the silver tier, Martin Brower, who we thought was going to be in the Lobby A race, but then we forgot about Kobu's time, so fortunately he's down. But, you know, he still leads the way ahead of La Bomba, Predje, Chris, Jerry, Crow, and Thunderpig.
And that is a very tight tier in Silver Cup.
It is, yeah, definitely.
Ironically, Martin not making it into Lobby A actually netted him more points because of the crossover of the point system that we have this season.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a look then at the bronze tier list, which you get he leads the way over Lateral, and then you got Wiley, and then the Finnish kid, who was a little bit heartbroken to not win that Lobby C race after a little accident in terms, I think it was wrong penalty burn, I think, or something like that. Keanu, Matty, Dive Bomb, and the Baldy one, but that's very close there between Ugarte and Lateral, only 3 points in that. In the copper tiers, Alex Tenier, hope I've said that right, is already waltzed away in that class, ahead of the Furious 2 by 27 points. Goofy Gooberson, then Why Not Sean, the CP, DD Ranger, and Comb MD. And then in the steel tier class, we've got Havoc, Etericus, Jules, Antibiotic, who is the replacement for
Nixon. But Nixon is there. Nixon is trying to purchase a new PS4. I was talking to him this week. They're quite on short supply in his country. I mean, he's waiting on something to actually be able to get one. So hopefully he gets back in the next few weeks.
Hopefully order one from Amazon, I hope not, because then they'll probably get cat food like I heard with the PS5. Go3, the Dot M, and Venom Steak and Nixon, but obviously they have not scored any points to their names, so hopefully Venom and Nixon will see soon.
Yeah, Venom is actually back racing this week, so here's the team standings.
The team standings then, so we've got the Zent Team 7 Performance leading the way on 5-3-4, and they have a 57-point lead over Victoria's Secret. Charity Racing in third, Manchester City Motorsports in fourth, Chile. Then it's Glitch Globetrotter Racing in fifth. Then Ben and Jerry's Racing, Alien Hunter Racing, Comrade Cowboy Racing, Kerrygold Racing, and the Team Tiger Kings complete the 10-team standings there.
So as usual, the mid-pack of the teams is very close. It's anyone's guess.
It is.
It seems like the Team 10 Performance is leading at the moment. I completely messed it up.
I think it was Zent anyway. Zent Team 7.
Zen Team. That's Inman's team. So Inman's obviously done some great work with his teammates to kind of bring them up, make them miss faster. You'd expect that he is.
Yeah. So Inman is obviously enjoying the Lexus, but I'll be honest, the Lexus here is going to struggle. So if we see them slide down the order a little bit, I wouldn't be surprised. I think they are going to struggle to get in the top 3 or 4. Inman obviously is Inman, so he might be able to drag it there himself. But he is in a bit of a he's got a bit of a handicap this week with that Lexus.
Yeah, but he'll be very strong in Laguna Seca next week, I would say, in that car. It's definitely gonna like Laguna Seca a lot more than the Aston will. So the difference of the standing should be interesting. I believe West is here as well this week, which is great.
Yes. That was just going to touch up on that. If you would have seen the reserve standings too, because West, who was the winner in race 1 last week, completely surprised us all because we didn't pick him to win at all, didn't we? So I mean, it's good to see him racing again. I'd love to see him do a full schedule because he'll definitely be fighting with Nuggy and Inman and Kofi and that lot for the title, I reckon.
I believe this week is a bit of an experiment for him because he's involved in another series that runs right after this one on a Sunday. So assuming we run on time tonight, which hopefully we will, he'll be able to attend both, and that's his master plan this night. I suppose he will be.
And whether he's capable of running 2 races in a row, because if he's not careful, he'll burn out for the second one, and it depends on which one he wants to prioritize a little bit more. So fingers crossed he can enter this, because it definitely throws a spanner in the works for all those platinum tier guys. Although if he is going to enter it full time, we will be sticking him right into that tier. There is no question on that one. He will be in a platinum tier.
In fact, he TT'd in that tier when he did TT, which is great.
He did TT as well, actually,
as a reserve.
So he will be vying for that prime win.
If he can make 7 out of 8 races, we'll see how he goes.
I don't know if I mentioned it before when I got on the stream here, but have you talked about is there any corners in this track that we need to be looking forward to? Because I've got a couple in my mind. I would say the turns 1, 2, 3. I've seen a couple of drivers. Not a couple. I've heard a few drivers have gone off there in practicing, and also turn 13 and all. I reckon the corners to look out for. What else would you say?
So
you go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say I've been driving around it because I've never been around Sardegna ever in this game. So I decided to jump in some practice and give it a go. Obviously,
you raced on the B circuit, didn't you?
I raced on B in season 3. Yeah.
And season 3.5 and season 4.5
and 4.5. Yeah. So I do quite like Sardegna B. So obviously the first 2 corners / 3 corners are the same, but the third corner is a lot less long this time. Because it runs this where it separates from the B track to the A track. The problem about 1, 2, and 3, you run wide on 1, that gravel just sucks you into the trap, and you lose all speed.
You've got to be careful though when you come back on the track, because
exactly. Yeah, you can one of those rejoins, you'll be right on the path of other drivers, so you have to be careful there. 4 and 5 are one of those corners that lures you in. You don't think they're that difficult, and then you clip the curb on the inside, go on 2 wheels, and you get thrown out into the wall. Church turn is where your lap is made or broken, because it's a long left-hander. Again, you need to trail brake all the way to the inside. It's long. If you understeer off, there is Armco. There is no room for error. You are into the wall. And also because then the subsequent straight is uphill and long, you need to gain all of that momentum. And then, as you say, turn 13, as you've aptly named it, unlucky.
Yeah, we did. I did see I've seen some other races where drivers have gone off there, and so if anyone's gone off there, we should all say unlucky.
Yep, unlucky.
I think that's the corner right there. Actually,
I think we need to have if we can get a live counter of how many times unlucky is said during this stream.
Take a shot. Take a shot
no.
every time. From here on out, take a shot every time you hear unlucky.
Yes, exactly. It's a new drinking game, but considering
if you're racing, don't.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't drink and drive. But I know that's rich.
We don't encourage drinking and driving, kids.
But if we can, considering all the drivers have been this week or using the data from Nürburgring, and they've been producing some really interesting insights to consistency, between the lobbies, where the race was faster, where it was slower, depending on where everyone was. If someone wants to count genuinely how many unluckies are said on the stream, we'll stick it in the description afterwards, and answers on a postcard, please. As to what you think it is. I'm sure someone will dedicate their time to flicking through and watching it.
Yeah, if people flick through and watch the entire replay for all 16 drivers in that, I'm sure they will listen to us saying lucky a couple of hundred times.
It would be funny. It would be funny. Adds a little bit of extra fun into the stream. So
it'd be pretty unlucky if someone kept saying unlucky throughout the stream.
Techno, it does not count. It does not count right this second. It's for the race.
Yeah.
But yeah, the interesting thing about this track as well is the 3 hairpins. They are really tight. So again, people will look to the inside and either overshoot, or there's going to be a big collision. I don't see how else they're going to get too wide through those hairpins, but that's for the drivers to figure out, and for us to watch and laugh when they don't do it. So
I think one of the things to keep in mind is actually the last 2 hairpins. The first of the last 2 hairpins narrows from essentially 3 lanes into 2, and then the very last one is a 2-lane hairpin. Really, there's only 2 sides of that road, 1 car each side. So
this
those
is
2,
more of like a street track, this isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a combined kind of temporary circuit arrangement.
Yeah,
but of course it's not real life, so it's completely unsafe and dangerous, and it's just cones everywhere.
It reminds me of like some of like the Valencia street track and things like that in Formula 1, where part of it's a permanent circuit, part of it is a street circuit, and when you get onto those street circuit parts, it's very narrow.
Yeah, I'd say it's most like Circuit de la Sarthe, really, if Circuit de la Sarthe was a lot more dangerous, which isn't as much anymore. Although, maybe that's the incorrect statement, given some accents you can have in that circuit. But it is very much like that kind of, there's parts that are there all year round, which is layout B and C, but most of the year, if this was a real track, it would just be roads, and that's where you see the road markings there, which is great. But the curbs are not very useful in those parts of the track. Like, they're only a little rumble strip. There's no forgiveness.
Like what Chili said, towns 4 and 5, those are quite nasty curbs.
Yeah, but even the road track parts, like where it's just concrete slabs on the side of the road, that's all you've got.
It's more of a traditional curb at that point, rather than a.
You can see in the background. You can see in the background there, actually, down the bottom there, and the middle of the screen. It's that bit right up against the actual curbing there. I'm not sure what it is. It must be some kind of drainage cover style thing. But there's no drains there. What am I talking about? And the pit wall is a stone wall.
You don't help yourself, do you, buddy? You need to.
I don't.
Nah, that's unlucky of you. So we're getting So we're going to get qualifying hopefully very soon. So we're going to be seeing the likes of who we're going to see: Martin, Predgy, Jerry Bear, basically like the silver class and the bronze class sort of drivers, if you will.
Yep, they'll be in a. I think as we flick to it now.
Oh, right.
Look at that! Look at that!
Right on cue.
God, we are professional.
Click. So what you're seeing here is, you're coming down turn 4. You'll see the inside curbs are brutal. Like, they're just.
Yeah, it's turn 4. You see, there's a little up. Yeah.
They're actually launch pads that you can kind of ramp yourself off. And there we go. A bomb, but the first one to fall victim to that curb. First of many, I'd say today.
Bomber is a bit of a dark horse. He's I saw him in practice, and he was actually genuinely keeping up with him.
Yeah.
Victoria's Secret, leading the champs.
You could see that, like, maybe the AMG may have a bit of advantage. So to the Aston, where we're looking at who's that, the Baldy one. You see Martin Brewer, which I believe is teammate. There's Jelly Bear, the Lexus, having Rashid as his teammate. There's a look there at Wiley, who's been doing an awful lot of practicing. He's been getting quicker and quicker. I can say that, driving that Toyota.
Yeah, the Alien Hunter Racing Team into Unlucky.
Into Unlucky. Oh, he's fine. That's okay.
He was lucky there.
Lucky. Yeah, we both thought the same.
Guys, I really don't want an hour and a half of this. Please, can we stop now? We're suggesting it.
That's two. That's two on the Unlucky count.
This
Martin's
is
going to be the first guy to come across the line.
well. This is his out lap, so he's about to start his lap.
Yeah, he's flying lap now.
This purple helmet. Look at that.
Braking hard then into the uneven curb. On his turns 1, 2, 3 complex there. Belleville Taranora.
Bit wide on turn 1 apex. He would have wanted to get it a little bit closer to that curb, but he only lost about a tenth there. Coming into the T4, braking right on that gravel as it changes. Good line through there. Does he get it in? Still misses that apex on the right hand side and probably exits the curb a little bit too late. So probably got another 10th loss there also.
Yeah, the boat did not want to turn in.
We're into church now onto this long straight way where there is a penalty bar here. And as you see there, it goes up in the over the brow of the hill and then braking really hard for turn 9.
You want to be hitting it around about 120 meters if you can. Does he make it? Yes. Very good, very good, very good.
Yep.
This is a decent lap so far for Martin. I reckon we'll see probably a high 33 here if he keeps this up. 33, 39, I meant, sorry.
But that's not Lucky's pace, that's surely.
Yeah.
Oh,
there he goes. Unlucky.
Unlucky, Martin. That's just hampered his lap. So here comes the bomber, making his way through the penultimate corner. That looks all nice and fine through there. And let's see what the bomber can do, because he's going to be the first to cross his flying lap into turn 15 flat, which is basically flat out. Let's see what time he's going to be doing. He said he keeps up with the likes of Inman, and he's done a 40.195, which is pretty decent, but I know we can go quicker. Brewer with that mistake. Yeah, Brewer went down to about nearly, 3 seconds slow or something like that. Gr.3 now has got it down into third place, because Predgy's put it now on the pole, and Bobby B with a 140.068. There's a look then at Thunderpig. Trying to get a bit of help there. Then there's Chris. There bilateral in that tugboat there.
Oh, we've actually seen it on stream. Oh,
yeah,
no.
we have, yes. I think you forgot to mention about that, didn't you?
I feel ill. Can we stop? Can we stop, please? Look, he can't even drive it right. He's running wide at every single corner. What are you doing, lad? Oh, that's Pred spin it.
Oh, that's unusual there for Pred to spin it, pushing it. And I mean that's what you want to try and do. If you want to get your car into lobby 8, you've got to really push it to the extreme, and Pred literally did that.
I think pushing it to the extreme is one thing, but spinning out is a complete other thing. So yeah, I mean, I think Pred lost it on the exit curb there.
Unlucky.
Oh, that's 2 already. This is going to be a long one, isn't it? Yeah, it's just as you say, unlucky, and that exit curb on turn 5, just if you run.
Crow just clips the curb off hell. There.
It's not enjoying that Beetle.
Yeah, he's sad. I don't know. I mean, it would have been, I don't know. I thought the Beetle would have been quite good around here, considering how Alex dominated that.
Yeah, but Sardegna B's a lot more close
power tracks.
And this one's more long straights where the Beetle does not succeed as well.
Jerry Bear goes to the top, 39.9.
Very good lap from Jerry.
Who says that Lexus is going to struggle there? Look at that, he's put it on the pole for Lobby B. If it's quick enough to be in Lobby A, then we'll see Jerry Bear on the screen and possibly see his teammate Rascal. So that'll be a good points day for that team.
They need it, especially after last race. Rascal had a bit of a going to the walls a little bit on lap 5. So he was a bit upset about the goings on during that race. I mean, I think he was a bit disappointed in his own performance, but yeah, that's racing. You've got to pick yourself up. this is a new race entirely, and hopefully they can score some good points.
Lateral sitting there now in 7th place, only half a second off the post in his time. Dive Bomb's now into 3rd. Gr.3 is also needs just a 10th behind Lateral's time. We've got Fun to Pick now in 9th. And they're just making their way through the Saracen complex and then into Unlucky. Lateral's not going to improve on this time. Here we go, let's see if he can get 10:13 right. Yes, he does. Although I think that Asterbein sort of put a couple of wheels on the grass. Baldy one.
It's one of those corners where if you want to put a couple wheels on the grass, that's fine. It's actually probably quicker. But what ends up happening is if you go too fast, you'll just spin. So it's that fine balancing act of again, as you say, pushing the limit, but not overstretching it.
Martin's gone into 2nd place. So he's put that Aston now into 2nd place, and he is only 21 thousandths of a second slower than Jerry's time. Wiley down there in 10th fastest overall. We've got about nearly 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go till the end of qualifying. Tell you what, this lobby B is actually quite close there. I wonder what the gap is between 1st to 12th. It was about half a second between 1st to 7th. It's actually less than a second. Look at that. Nearly 3/4 of a second. 1st to last.
Well, lobby B is always probably arguably the closest match of the lobbies, because people aren't as consistent, and it means that you get other people, producing some absolute stonks of the time. As Martin makes a move on Wiley, he really should not be doing that.
That's going to compromise Wiley's lap. 2 minutes to go now, I believe that is. Yeah, that's really compromised both of their lap times. So I think they're going to get it maybe 2 more laps in, I reckon. The Bomber's up in 4th, I see there. You get up to 7th. Chris, though, I heard Chris has been really fast around here, but I've seen him down there in 8th position, so not good there for the Hyundai driver for Man City Racing.
You say that, but he's still only 3/10 off, so it's not like he's massively off the pace. It's just how close this lobby is.
You can see there, yeah, he's only just 13,000 slower than you get. Let's see where he makes his way through flat, and then he will do his last run. Will he improve on his time? No, he doesn't, by nearly a full second. So this is his last attempt now. Yellow flag's been waved. That's Crow going off at Belvey. Let's look then at Thunderpig.
So Crow's either happy with his lap or has messed up the braking, has decided to just get off the track as soon as possible. So that's fair play to him. Chris, I didn't. Oh, the sector 1 time's coming up. My apologies. I thought it was earlier than that for some reason. Oh, when is he
well,
running?
that's not going to help. I don't think he's going to improve.
He's a 10th down.
He's really got to pick it up. Maybe at 10:13. That's or at Church Corner, as you said there. That could make or break your lap time.
I think he's going to struggle through Church though because of the dirty tyres he would have had there. So we'll see what happens here.
Look there, you get it. Look at that, only 1,000 slower than the Baldy one as he slides his way through Sestoon. Now into the Saracen complex. He's got to get 10:13 all right if he can improve his time. He's 3/10 down, so he's got to have a medical through Unlucky. Let's see how we can take it. It's okay, but I don't think it's going to improve. Anyway, qualifying is over. And it looks like Jerry Bear is all but good to take the
Lobby B.
Whether it's faster being Lobby A, it's remains to be seen. Oh no, Martin's took it now, 39.7. Just as we see Jerry Bear's took it, and he's just smashed out of the ballpark 2 times quicker and goes flat out into turn 1. So Jerry Bear, what doesn't improve? No.
Doesn't have anything to say about that. So
there you go. Let's see what Frederick can do. Can he improve? No, I don't think he does. No.
Baldy is
There's Jerry just coming in there. Dive Bomb's finished. There'll be some
So-
other guys that just came across the line. I don't know who that could have been. No, I think
that's just
I think that's everyone's done their qualifying.
So yeah, so I think a bit of an interesting way to end it, because I feel like everyone had set their times in the slipstream train in the first little bit. So when they had all separated out and didn't have the slipstream, all of a sudden the times just dropped off by half a second, and that shows you the strength of the slipstream around here. So it's going to be interesting to see what times were set in the qualifying group A, to see who or where the cutoff is for lobby A. But if my prediction is correct, Martin is knocking on the door. So
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see.
Actually,
Were you watching another lobby? You marking lobby
No,
C
I'm
or
not.
lobby A? Oh,
I
you're
wasn't.
not.
No. I think more. Jeez, I can't really read these times.
So I'm looking at the chat that's just coming in, because I believe Group A has finished
Also
as well.
finished.
It looks like West has gained something in the slip. So whether or not that means pole is going to be an interesting one to see. But yeah,
Yeah, it looks like. I'm looking at this. I think that's good enough for lobby A for
Martin.
But we'll see now. I got to go and sort that out. So
yes, we
I'll give you two votes to it.
We will fill. Don't you worry, Tech. You go off and do that.
I'll leave you guys to it.
So that'd be actually quite good then for Martin, considering that he was going to be racing in lobby A before Kobu's time was good enough to knock Martin out. So that'd be a good thing there for Martin.
Yeah, it's again, yeah, as you say, as he's just got knocked out just missed out last week. He'll finally get to experience the lobby A experience this week, and I think he's in for a bit of a rude awakening, because it's the times that I've seen and how close everyone has been, it's been quite a close battle, and just the intensity of it all. I think it's gonna, because I think he had a bit of an easy ride in lobby B last week. I think he finished quite far on track, so he'll have to definitely up his game this week if he wants to gain some more positions there. We just need to wait for.
Yeah, we just got to wait for confirmation of the times, and hopefully Techno can do it correctly instead of making a mistake again. But I'm just trying to get the stuff up here just in case when it's all done. So what can we talk about then? I'm a bit unplanned after that little.
That's the thing. We haven't had the greatest of starts to the stream, and so all the flow of it has put us off a little bit. I feel I'll bring it to strategy corner.
Yes, let's do. Yes,
we are going into the race now. So, from what I saw in practice, high 39/ low 40s on the softs. It's going to be a 29 lap race, I believe, 29ish laps. We are looking at a similar situation to Nürburgring, where the two-stop, I think, is the on paper fastest time. Mm-hmm. However, the difference between this and Nürburgring is obviously the less intense corners, as it's a lot slower hairpins throughout the track. There's only really one high-speed corner in Unlucky.
Yeah.
So the tyres seem to last a lot longer than they do at the Nürburgring. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see someone attempting the one stop. However, I believe that will only be the cars that are good on their fuel, as that's the only way you can realistically make it the length that you need to do for a one stop. But from what I've seen in practice, a vast majority of people are doing the two stop. A weird trend that I've noticed this season, or at least in the first race, was everyone started on the mediums. Even the leaders opted for the mediums, whereas normally you would expect the lower of the field to get the mediums out of the way, or one of the mediums out of the way, and the front runners would use the softs. So maybe it's a case of the softs are better used in clear air when you're not battling people, so you can utilize them more. But it's certainly not something that I'm used to seeing in any form of racing. Normally the pole sitter will always choose the softest tire to try and eke out the lead he wants.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I really saw this week. I've had a less opportunity to check on practice sessions, so that's all I've really seen. However, Nuggy's pace this race seemed to be much quicker than Inman's, and I haven't seen much of the other platinum tier drivers, so I cannot really comment on where they are with regards to their pace.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the one of those practice races that they do during the week, and I mean, again, it's just a testament to the drivers that they put in an awful lot of practice in. I think it was either on a Wednesday or the Thursday that they decided to do like a race, and you know, Nuggy did 30 laps in this race alone, as well as Kofi, but the gap between them was about 15 seconds. So you could say 29, maybe 30 at the max there. I was just about to say, what about for tyre degradation? Like, what would the softs be done, and what the mediums would last for?
Well, that's the thing. I think the softs are usability wise, as obviously, you know, they can go for a little bit longer, but their good sort of lifespan is about 8 laps, 9 laps, and then they start to fall off. Obviously, the mediums you can guess are slightly longer than that, about 13, before they start becoming a bit tricky to drive on. But again, this is one of those tracks that has quite a short pit delta. So
Yeah.
whilst it might be good to make a longer run to do a one stop, you lose so little time in the pit lanes that sometimes it is just better to get on that fresh rubber in clear air and just set those blistering lap times and hopefully gain an advantage through that. So like I said, that's why the 2-stop is quicker, because if you do 7 laps, 8 laps on the softs, you know, really eke those out, and then only do 10 on the mediums each time, that'll get you to the end of the race quite happily, and you're not really worried about the tyre wear too much. So it's I think this race is going to be more won on the track rather than through the pit stops, unlike Nürburgring. Because that's what we saw last week, was West just being able to pull out, you know, a 5-second lead, but whilst still saving his tyres and saving his fuel a little bit, and it just gave him an even bigger lead at the end because he didn't need to worry as much.
Yeah, going back to last week's race, it was really, you know, it was after the first pit stop where Inman really didn't capitalise, and then that was when West just pulled away. From Halex's perspective, there he had a bit of a tough race there. I like for him to be, you know, when he made the second pit stop coming out in 4th position behind the Gatto, I still reckon if he pitted like 2 laps before, he would have came out in 3rd and wouldn't have battled with Gatto and would have caught up to Inman, and we could have had a great battle for the 2nd place then.
I mean, that's all what happens in racing, though. You make those decisions on the fly. I mean, as I said, I brought it up last week. My Monza decision never did, or it didn't end the race well for me. It's one of those things that you end up, you know, having to do. But it was a very odd race from Nuggy last week. It's a shame. He was a bit, I don't know whether it was, he was rusty or nervous about the first race, you know, with the expectation of being the season 4 champion and being the defending champion.
Yeah,
maybe that got to him a little bit, and maybe he felt like he needed to.
He's not the hunter; he's the hunted now.
Exactly, and maybe that extra target on his back has caused a little bit of instability in his driving and in his consistency. So Yeah, because there was a few mistakes as well. You know, like I think he ended up getting a penalty for one of his incidents where he pushed someone wide into the chicane.
Inman.
And it was Inman, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's just those small mistakes that, again, in Lobby A, that changes the race for you. Just that tiny little slip up, and all of a sudden, you know, you've lost 5 seconds. And arguably, he's lucky that he did finish where he finished, because
because he did have a sizable gap over Agato at the finish line.
Exactly.
Including the 5 seconds. Yeah.
Exactly. So. But that's just the way that the field spread helped him out there, because you say that obviously we could have had a nice battle for second place, but he would have lost it again via the penalties.
The penalties, yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's like, I think after that first race, everyone is going to be, you know, looking and being a bit more cautious within the earlier laps to make sure that they don't get involved in incidents that could later lose them positions or bite them for the next race. So fingers crossed they can make it through the first few corners, at least all nice and cleanly. But this is a completely different beast, this turn one, compared to Nürburgring. Nürburgring is obviously very tight and a hairpin, but there's a nice runoff area on the outside, and it is quite wide on exit. This one is one of those ones where it's really wide. As you go in, you can fit 3 cars wide, and it narrows to 2, and someone will be going into that gravel trap.
Someone's going to pay the price, yes, for sure. Yeah.
So it's it's I hope we get a good race this time. It was a fantastic. Those opening laps of Nürburgring were nose to tail action everywhere. It was impossible to keep up with it half the time.
And for the producer too.
yeah. To be fair, he did a good job with that one. But yeah, it's hard to predict this one. I've seen more people complain about being able to do this this track consistently, that it's going to be hard to predict a winner.
Yeah, I was just about to say, who's your pick?
I would go. My money is on Nuggy this race. I haven't seen West in practice at all, so unfortunately he's a bit of an unknown quantity. But obviously you can never rule him out. But I don't think Inman has the out and out pace for this race. I'm going to look like a complete idiot when the quality results pop up on our screen.
And then Inman will start on the pole.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll be like, oh, well, there you go. There's my prediction gone. But yeah, I don't see Inman having the race pace of the Aston or even that Peugeot. So yeah, it's between Nuggy and West, in my opinion. But I think Nuggy will edge it out.
Yeah. So while we're just waiting upon some other time, and since it's Valentine's Day, is you got any other plans then for Valentine's Day after this?
I thought you were going to ask me out there for a second, Savvy. I was
I've got a nice, lovely story to tell.
Oh, okay. A Savvy story live on stream. Have we vetted this one? Do we want to get the bleep machine out?
Oh no, it's not a bleep machine. No, there's no swearing. There's no swearing.
Yeah, I mean, after this, I think I'm just going to enjoy a nice little gin and tonic. I think gonna probably watch the stream back. My girlfriend is obviously waiting for no, she's not watching, but but she knows the fact that I do this every Sunday, so she's currently waiting for me to be finished so we can actually play some games together. And
okay.
And yeah, that's it. That's going to be my evening on Sunday. And there's a bit of an announcement I need to make in the Discord, but that is something that won't be announced live on stream.
Oh, okay.
And so I'll be writing that out basically tonight or tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, that's my Valentine's Day. But I'm more interested in this story of yours. I'll be honest. I'm concerned, but I'm interested.
No, I don't think you should be concerned. So, at the time, right? So this just to fill in some gap because we're running out of stuff to see because techno dooming over time. So I thought I'd fill in on a nice little Valentine story from Savvy. So I don't know, little new segment, Savvy story time.
Savvy story time. Nice. if we have a bit of filler for the stream, we'll cut to Savvy story time.
So at the time, I was roughly 9, 10 years old. I was just a baby Savvy, and and it was Valentine's Day. So at the time, I also had a girlfriend, and to me, she was like the girl of my dreams. So I decided to go to a shop, as you do, and buy her a box of chocolates. So I bought a box of chocolates, and then I decided to open up the box of chocolates and see the chocolates in there. So I thought, okay, then I think let me just try one. So I took one and I ate it, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. So I took another one and ate it, and another one, and I ate it, and another one, right? So then, until there was only one bit of chocolate left in the chocolate box. So then I walked over to my girlfriend's house. Well, my then girlfriend at the time, knocked on the door, and I was like, "Happy Valentine's Day!" Gave her the box of chocolates. She opened it up, and she only saw there was the one bit of chocolate left in the box, and then she dumped me.
I mean, if I was her in that situation and someone hands me this nice box of chocolates, it doesn't matter whether you're 9 or 10 years old.
It's the thought that counts.
It's one thing handing a box of chocolates.
Near empty box of chocolates.
It's another thing handing just a box. And I'll be honest, I've never seen a box be an appropriate Valentine's Day present for someone, unless your girlfriend happens to be a cat of some sort, because they like their boxes a little bit. But
no, it was a genuine young girl at the time.
So you decided that the most appropriate thing was to stuff your face with the chocolate, the romantic chocolates that you.
Hey, I was fat back then, so
and Savvy, I'm fat right now. I still really wouldn't. Be eating all those chocolates and handing a empty box to my girlfriend, because I don't think I would live to see the next day.
No, I was in tears. I was the 10-year-old, cried my eyes out. Okay, yeah, just getting confirmed that. But a lesson learned to your people: don't buy a box of chocolates.
No. Buy a box of chocolates. Just make sure to give it to the person and don't eat it yourself. That's the real thing here.
Anyway, that story time over, and as you can see, oh wow, look at that, Kofi's got the pole position.
Wow, he got
and
a
38.
He hit a 38. That's a hell of a time from Kofi right there.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, and there you can see Noggy gets second, Inman in third, West fourth quickest, Law in fifth. So looks like he's got things sorted out in whatever car he's driving with. Agotto in sixth, Randy Moore seventh, Rasco in eighth. Hopefully he will do a lot better for tonight's race. It's a little bit bigger now. There we go. Martin with that time goes into 9th position, so that's a great qualifier there for Martin. Stephen in 10th, Ben MK in 11th, Mermaid yet again making a Lobby A race in 12th, Jani, and Jerry Bear makes it into the Lobby A race. I believe that will be the second time, I think.
That's a very impressive time from Jerry there, to be within a second.
Nearly a full second.
There you go. Look at that. The Lobby A split by 1 second.
1 second, indeed. So we'll have a look then at Lobby B. Oh, we're just waiting there for a producer, but back anyway. So Martin qualifying 9th position, and even ahead of Stephen.
Well, something I've noticed as well is that I predicted a 39.7 cutoff, and we thought it would be quicker. It's ended up being slower, 39.9.
And for only So good job there to do silver drivers of Martin and Jerry making it there, and again also to Mermaid. Not a lot of racing done for season 5, and 2 races he's managed to put his Dodge in Lobby A. So
it's fair play to Mermaid, to creeping in there, but consistently. Hopefully, obviously, he can keep that up during the season, and with the time in Lobby A, he'll get more practice, and we'll end up, but maybe moving his way up the grid a little bit more, maybe knocking into the top 10.
If you think back to season 3 when he was racing the Sardegna B, he was battling for the podium with Dans before going off at the that long 10.5 bank tank corner on the last lap there. Here's a look then at Lobby B. Not a lot of people driving in this, unfortunately, but it's La Bomba Negra that's going to start on the pole position. Predji, Dive Bomb, Kobu, unfortunately, not going to be in Tier A. If Kobu was to make the Tier A, he would have tied for second in the most amount of starts in Lobby A with Kobu. So hopefully we'll see that for next week. The Baldy one, Bugatti, Chris, Alex Tadir, Cro Magna, Furies 2, Lateral, and Why Not Sean. That's still pretty close there, only 6 tenths. 6
tenths splitting top two, Lobby B, sorry. That's not bad at all. That's going to be a very close race between everyone in there. There's certainly some people out of position in Kobu and Dive Bomb, but I think that's going to be a very, very, very close race between that lobby, and I'll be shocked if there's not any incidents there, because I get the feeling people are going to be quite upset that they didn't make Lobby A with some of those times where they were expecting to be. So
especially La Bomba Negra, because he only missed out by 800ths of a second.
Yeah, but that's the way it goes. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a small margin, but a margin nevertheless. And then Lobby C,
it'll be Havoc. DK that will take the pole position in that. Wiley, Thunderpig, Antibiotic, DD Rager, Eternicus, the CP, Vedotum, Fubar, I'm going to say Goofrey, Venom Snake, and is that a new driver there? Yosk at the bottom.
Yeah,
Yosk.
He's just joined. He's just joined. I think he passed his rookie series last night. Was it last night? Yeah. So he's a very, very late addition into the reserves. However, to be fair to him, that's not a bad time considering it's his first event with us. Yes, it's last place, but he's not a million miles away from the grid, and hopefully he can find his feet as the race goes on and pull some moves. We'll be looking forward to seeing where he ends up at the end of the evening.
So glad to be back, by the way.
Oh yes. So, I don't know if you had the stream about my lovely story on Valentine's Day when I was 10 years old. Hope you heard it.
I don't think we'll let the ladies and gentlemen hear it again. I'm sure they're already cringing from it in the first time, so we won't remind them of the situation. But
is it family friendly?
It is family friendly, to be fair. For Savvy, I've got to give it to him. It was a very, very good story, but yes, we won't go back to it. But Kofi on pole, unexpected that. I mean, that's the Hyundai again. It's fast over one lap. Clearly, it's clearly very fast over one lap if he's done a 38. So. Bit unexpected, to be honest, especially here. So we'll see whether he can keep it during the race, I guess.
I wonder if he actually had help to get that 38.9, because if you think back to last week when Inman got the pole, he did it all by himself. So I'm wondering if Kofu actually got a bit of help in the slipstream on that start finish straight. Or...
The only thing I'm thinking is the fact that Nuggy in practice by himself did a 39 dead. So the 38s were there. So maybe it was just a case of, nailing those laps, nailing those sectors. So it's a fair play to him. He's that was unexpected. We definitely are gonna see a new race leader potentially as he comes across the line. So
there's Chili, by the way. Look, there he is on the stream.
There's Chili there.
In the Vegetables Citroen.
You were just talking about there where Inman's going to struggle around here, but I mean, to be just, 17, just shy of 2 tenths off a pole, I mean, that's still pretty decent going there for Inman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still good. I mean, that just shows the caliber of driver he is, but it still is one of those things that's like that Lexus is such a boat around here that I'll be surprised if he doesn't fall backwards a little bit into the clutches of Western law a little bit. Agotto's going to struggle in that Porsche. That Porsche just doesn't have the straight line speed down the straight that we usually that it needs to be able to defend moves. So because that start finish straight, the blast from the hairpin of hell to the first corner is that's a long old flat out section.
Yeah. But on the other hand, like if you're in a good handling car, you can get a good exit out of that corner. So the problem is the Porsche isn't very good at that either. So it's going to be a bit tricky for that. Next week is where the Porsche is really going to shine. I think.
I think Agotto
That's Seika.
is going to have his first opportunity.
Like Laguna Seca and Kyoto are going to be very strong for the Porsche, I think.
Yeah.
Along with the Yeetle, actually.
So we're just getting ready for the restart then. Kofi will have his first ever pole position. Am I correct in saying this is his rookie season? It's season 5, is it?
Yeah, he certainly didn't enter season 4, so it's definitely his first season with the Gr.3 championships, but obviously he has entered previous seasons of the Enduro series and things like that. So
and AJC, yeah. He joined just before the Endurance series, which is great. He's on
I mean, he showed good pace in those, but I didn't expect him to ever get a pole position in Gr3. So, be surprised, but
still
impressed.
Pretty impressive. His second ever race in the Gr3, and it's his first pole.
Fair play to him. You know, can't argue about that. Like, especially against those big guns. Like he's done very well there. I almost can't describe it well enough without doing him a disservice. So. Yes, it's very good from him, that one.
Do you know, I'm just looking here of the times there, and I mean there's a bit of a gap there with Agotto to Randy Moore, because there was about nearly 3 tenths in that gap. But then you got from Randy Moore down to Jerry Bear. Randy Moore 7th to Jerry Bear in last in this. It's just like a quarter of a second.
Yeah.
A quarter of a second there.
Incredible, isn't it?
You got Randy Moore 7.55 off of pole, and then you got Rascal, who's 14 thousandths slower. Martin was 12 thousandths slower than Rascal's time. You got Stephen was 25 thousandths slower than Martin's time. Ben MK was 48 thousandths slower. It's so close, like.
Yeah. The silver war is going to be intense, and this one was Jerry and Martin both in Lobby A.
That's a good point. Yes, they've got potential for some big points here.
That's big rivalry material, you know? Like, who's going to take that? And Kobu back in Lobby B.
Yeah.
Must have gone too well for him.
I was just going to mention there too, I mean, if he would have made the Lobby A, this would have been his 25th start, which would have tied Alex Rogers' starts in the Gr3 Championship, and he was only 4 away from Dan's, who's got 29. So, oh well. You know, Kobu third overall in the Gr3 in terms of restarts in Lobby A. So hopefully he'll do better at Laguna Seca, whatever car he's going to drive for. So there we go. I was just going to look at the championship points before.
I think we're about to cut to the race.
Yeah,
I believe.
about the race
I think the stat checks have just been successfully completed. So
yeah, which is great news. We're actually starting with a new host today. Inman's first championship lobby to host. So hopefully all goes well. Look.
Kofi, Alex, then Inman, Westlaw, Agotto, Randy, Rascal, Martin, Stephen. Damn it! And, I always try and go through the list of drivers at the start. I always do, and I never seem to do it.
You need to get some Eminem levels of rap god to be able to rattle off those names.
Yeah. Good news, everyone's off the line, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes the standings come up here, I believe.
What is the standings?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There they are.
I've done color coded this week, so West is obviously leaving the championship so far, and followed by the platinum horror behind him. And the top ranked silver driver is actually Martin Brewer. So I'd say he's going to be looking to continue that this week. And Mermaid back there, you saw him, pink car, the second reserve in the top 14. So this will change every week, you know. It depends on who the top 14.
I would hope so. With the way that standings works with points, I would hope that the top 14 does change a little bit. But yeah, it's the tiering system showing that it works. You know, obviously you got the reserves chucked in there where they probably would be with their pace during the TT and stuff like that. So yeah, it's the overlaps and all things like that. Obviously, you got Martin doing really well to get involved with the golds there. I'm sure his first place in Lobby B is what really helped him out there. But yeah, it's a good first race, good first outing for the new tiering system. I'm glad to see that it's working.
Yeah.
So the field are making their way through CES 2. I want to check to see what the drivers are starting on, what tyres they're starting on. Are they starting on the softs or the mediums? So we'll go through the order. So it looks like that is that all mediums there for Kofi and Alex.
Top 5 all on mediums. Top 6, 7, 8.
Looks like they're all going to start on mediums, I reckon. I think it's going to be the same strategy as last week, I reckon.
And there you go. That's what I'm saying. I was. Wait, one's on softs.
No, I'm saying. Come on. I was saying, come on. One of you on softs.
Exactly.
No one was.
Like, come on, guys. Like,
come on.
Throw a spanner in the works. Stick some softs on and try and
get punchy.
Yeah, but that's just the way they want to roll their race. So we can't really argue about that, can we?
Kofi's dictating the pace now into the second zone, so they've all got to maintain a slower speed limit. That's
hopefully all the drivers put their fuel mixtures down to 1 or maybe 2 if they want to save some fuel, and then we're going to get this race underway. And as the tech guy says there, Kofi can just go whenever he wants to, which he is.
The green zone is started.
Now he's off, and away we go, I think. Yeah, indeed we are. So good start then for Kofi.
That's a good jump.
I think Alex was a bit sleeping on the start there, so he might lose second place coming in towards turns 1 and 2. Hopefully we're going to be nice and clean through there. Martin trying to go free abreast into towards turn 1, 2 and 3, and Agotto's gone off wide in the porch, and it's stacked up rather behind there, and Martin's now into 6th position. Look at that Aston go now. Anyways, Kofi's at the point, then Inman. As they make their way towards Domus in, and then Domus out, turns 4 and 5, that tricky chicane. Benham Case made a great start, he's up to 7th place. Got Rascal there in 8th position. Someone sideways there, on board now with Agato down in 9th position in that portion. Now they're going into towards Church Corner.
Yeah, it's a very clean start from everyone. I don't know how Agato really got whether he missed the braking point or maybe got pushed out a little bit, but unlucky start from him. But clean from a majority of other people, you know. Again, very well done from everyone into turn 1. That could have been a bloodbath.
A lot better than Season 3 was. But of course, Season 3 was a grid start. It was a good bit more congested coming into turn 1 on that occasion. That's it.
And my mighty rocket Citroen off the line, getting me first place no matter where I qualified.
Came out of nowhere.
Here we go then, let's have a look then at Rascal. And
we're going to get a replay of the start, actually.
Yeah, I think, we're going to see what happened to Agotto here. So, I don't know if it was on the outside of a situation here. So, it goes. Oh, it was Randy.
Randy
gets in really hard.
I'd say Randy got a bit of help there, given how congested the cars were.
Yeah, so that will be reviewed at the end of the race, but it looks like Randy's accidentally pushed Agotto off a little bit. But we didn't see at the end there. It looked like he was lifting off, so I think he's given the place back.
Here comes Alex then to the outside, going into the turns 1 and 2, 3. Can he do a move on the outside of Inman? Oh, Kofi's gone off! Kofi's gone off! Oh no, Kofi! All that hard work has gone up in smoke, and now Alex has gone into the lead because of it. And look at Law! Yeah, I think he was side by side with Inman.
Gold tier driver coming up.
Oh, I thought he was going to be side by side there. So where's that put Kofi down in 8th position, riding on board now with Law. Now sitting in 3rd position.
An excellent start from Kerrygold Racing there, actually. Both cars in the top 5.
Yeah, and Martin gained the spot because of Kofi's demise, going off at turn 1. So now up in towards turn 7 and 8. Up the hill they go. Here's a look at a replay, and just Kofi may have misjudged his braking.
Yeah.
Did he get hit? Did he get hit?
He may have.
It looked like he got bumped.
I
I wonder if we could get an onboard with Inman instead, of rather than Kofi's the Bon account there, because I think Inman may have got.
Oh, actually, have a look at the back of Kofi's rear view. See if he did get help, or did he just lose all of it by himself?
Oh, great, we got this replay. Oh,
I
think Inman may have got into Kofi.
Naughty
it was
Inman.
hard to judge in the moment, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Kofi's down in 8th position, got Ben MK.
But
Right
Kofi
there,
just needs to not get annoyed. You know, get his head down, keep going. It's important for him to just keep moving on.
Lost in the second.
He's done the top 10.
Inman's pulled off. I think Inman's waiting for him. He's conceding. He knows he's caused that incident. He's doing the right thing actually. Credits to Inman here. He's pulling off in an appropriate spot. Rather than blocking everyone, considering the fact that this track is so narrow and so congested at the moment, it's better for him to pull off at this point.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Good
sportsmanship, we like to see.
2nd and 4th.
Incredible.
What a great start for them.
Yeah, Martin started in 9th position, up to 4th place. He's doing really well.
Kofi up into 6th. So he's made his way past Ben.
Yeah.
So the recovery drive's already on for Kofi. He's going to be. You can already hear the steam coming out of his helmet. He's annoyed from what's just happened into turn 1 there. He's going to be slicing his way through this field if he can.
I'd say we're going to have a few ruthless moves here.
On board
Martin going centre to the track, and what that does is it forces Rascal to pick a side. And that's where it pinches actually from really three car widths to 2 coming out of that corner essentially. Which is
sponsoring a different livery.
It's just done black. Yeah. All black. Is that a tribute to
that's Ben gone unlucky. Ben's gone off at unlucky. Just smashed the wall. Yeah. Nicholas Ben made his through now up into the top 10, but he just went off.
Went off. I reckon he's hit the inside wall there, and it's chucked him out into the outside.
I wonder if he's got damage now in that high end line, because that was quite a hefty hit. Meanwhile, Kofi now in the 2nd position. He might get 2 overtakes in 1 here. He's going to go to the outside. Here we go. Yeah. Lexus Aston, high and high, 3 abreast, 3 into 1. Possibly will just not go. Who's going to come out of it then? It's going to be Rascal. There's a little love tap, maybe.
Brilliant. That's really good.
Kofi.
From Rascal.
Yeah, Kofi's got up to 5th position. Now Martin wants a piece of that again. Right on board now with Kofi, now not anymore. Tries to go around the outside of Domus, but he's going to have the inside for Domus out, and he's got 4th position.
What a move. Brilliant. Kofi hanging around the outside of turn 4.
Absolutely brilliant. What an overtake.
As I said, the red mist, red mist is descending. He wants his lead back. He's going for it now, and no one will stop him.
Well, he's got the platinum driver ring, so he's showing why he has that now.
Lucky pulling away now to just over nearly a second over Law, and then Red's the championship leader in 3rd. As we're looking in Agotto now down in 10th position. I'm wondering if it was a mistake on Agotto's part here to pick the Porsche.
Hanix is not pulling away from Law though, if you can see there. Law is still in the slipstream.
You can also see why the red mist is coming out of Kofi. He sent the fastest lap as well.
Fast lap, then off.
So we've got ourselves a really interesting setup here through the instance. Inwards in 8th. Sorry, I thought he was in last though. I can't read numbers, but he's now having to fight his own way back through the pack after obviously hitting Kofi off into T1. So we've got 2 people out of position due to incidents on the first laps or so, and it's going to be interesting to see whether Nuggy can capitalise on this and win the race. But Law is sticking with him.
Yeah, I won't. But Law's dropped out of slip now. Law's outside slipstream now, so we'll see.
He doesn't have any pressure behind, with West being 1.5 seconds back. But
the pressure of West though, just having West behind you is pressure enough. He's won the first race of the season. Again, he's an unknown quantity, but you know he's quick. Always Randy Moore
runs a little wide there off Domus out, and Agotto's down to 12th now.
That's not good for him. What's happened to him? Is he getting eaten alive on the straight? I hope not.
You would think so.
Oh, bit of contact.
Bit of margin. No, that's love taps. It is Valentine's Day after all.
I mean, yeah, that was two people there fighting and giving each other as much as they got. So I think that was all a bit of it's fair and love and war. So it's yeah. So Agotto falling down very quickly, almost alarmingly at this point. So I think the Porsche is just a poor pick for this track, unfortunately. So
yeah, there'll be other tracks where the Porsche can shine. So that's what he's banking on, I'd say.
Rascal nearly made unlucky, really unlucky for him. Sitting there in fifth position, sliding the rear end of hell, and now looking again back at Law. In second place, starting to lose a little bit away from Alex now. 1.2 the gap is now.
But more importantly, he's not losing to West. So Law is just settling in, making sure that he can hit those times. He probably knows that Nuggy's out of reach.
Martin's going for a pass on Rascal on the outside of turns 1, 2, 3. What's Stephen going to do? He's going to try and go 3 wide. Nearly gets pushed off onto the gravel. That might compromise him. And into the gravel trap he goes. And down he goes. Gianni, I think that was. Was that Gianni? No, it was Randy.
No, it was Ben.
No, it was Ben. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Ben, who had a good start too, up as high as 7th, and it's just all gone wrong for Ben.
Baffled.
What actually happened? And
Martin squeezed him off the track there, in my opinion. He didn't give him enough space. He just didn't give enough space for Stephen there. So
yeah, did Ben get help? That's what I want to know.
I was just about to say, did Ben have some help there from Gianni?
It's hard to know. It's hard to see. I'm sure we'll see in the pen right up if there was anything to be found.
Look at this racing here, Martin and Rascal, and again making love with each other. As they're making their way towards turn 9. Oh, Martin getting the rear end off, and Rascal's gone off.
He's gone off.
And Mermaid's down to 7th place. He's just picking up the pieces.
Guys, come on! Like it's not difficult to keep two cars too wide here.
It's just a narrow track, isn't it?
It is.
Rascal tried to squeeze Martin there because he didn't go on the racing line, did he?
Martin squeezed him out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's more than enough to expect someone to be on your outside there. You got to give them space.
It's a very slow corner. You definitely can hang around the outside there. It's unfortunate. I'm sure Mermaid seeing that, he probably isn't very happy looking at that, so he knows exactly who he's hunting down now to pass.
Right about now with Mermaid, he's going to try and make a pass on Inman into what's turn 1. Look at Mermaid go!
Look at this. That's the bug snacks. Pixel awareness. That's the bug snacks pixel awareness racing Dodge Viper there that you're seeing on the screen.
I was just about to say that. Oh, it was the cow off, but it was running right there off of.
I'd say Rascal will be fuming after that. So that's ridiculously unfair, I think, to him. He had every right to be around that the outside of that corner. But sure, we'll see in the end of the race how it all pans out.
Making their way through Church Court, the battle for 8th now. Gianni, Agotto, and Rascal.
Yeah,
8th.
Agotto back up from 12th, so
as the battling again here, right aboard. Oh my goodness me!
There was contact with the wall there from Inman.
That looked at a bit.
Oh,
I tell you, Martin is trying his best to hold on to this position.
And Mermaid's just gone round the outside of Inman, so.
Mermaid is doing this for his cat.
Yeah, Mermaid is really re-announcing himself here in ARC. He hasn't been racing for a while, but jeez.
Maybe he likes Sardegna after all. You know, like I said, he was battling for a podium in season 3 at this track, and now in a different circuit, he's now battling for the top 5. Here's a replay.
Oh, we've missed a replay, unfortunately.
Oh, we did with Inman and that. But anyway.
Might get it here. Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Look at this. Oh, right across the nose.
Very clever from Mermaid, though, setting the dummy that well. Like, that's difficult to do.
Yeah, found some clean air too. Here we go now.
He's not hanging around either.
He's in 5th position.
The Dodge Viper in the top 5. This has been...
If they keep battling, Gianni's going to catch him too, because he's freed himself away from Agotto and Rascal.
This has just been constant. There's been no let up in this. It's constant action.
Literally no quarters given between these lot. I can tell you that. Here's a look at a replay. Just the power of that Dodge Viper just blitzes by Martin like he's not even there.
I mean, the Aston's no slouch on a straight, but that just shows you how much power and how much straight line speed that Viper does have.
Yeah, and that's down at 80% power, that Viper is, in terms of balance of power. Like, that's not even at its full capacity in real life on that engine. It's all about the engine, that car.
Back up front now, West is starting to catch up on Law. Now it's down to within a second, so West is nearly going to be within that slipstream as they're making their way through. Unlucky.
If West wants to win this race, he needs to get past Law and start catching up to Alex, or else Alex is going to walk away with this one. Oh, look at this, still going.
Yeah, here we go then. Let's ride on board now with Inman. Nearly gets into the back of Mermaid.
There's a little flash of the hazards there, I think, from Mermaid saying, watch yourself there, boy.
So then,
Mermaid and Inman, of course, have a history of Gr.3 champs. Back in Catalunya season 4, had a very long battle.
Oh yes, yeah, that was a bit argy-bargy between those two. Now Martin nearly gets into the back of Inman, but now Inman's up into 5th position, so he is making that recovery from that incident with Kofi on the 2nd lap. Speaking of which, there he is now.
In 4th place, good recovery considering, you know, he's only 8 seconds off the lead, considering how bad of a hit that was into T1. He's caught up very well and very quickly.
West is now within slipstream distance of Law. He is within 3/4 of a second, and that's going to come down ever so slowly. There, let's see where West. He's definitely faster than Law. I think Law's tyres may be a little bit struggling here. Could be seeing the first pit stops being made, either maybe this lap or maybe the next lap, possibly.
Yeah, that's when I would expect it. It's going to be, if they're going for the 2-stop, I'd expect probably the next lap, or the lap after.
I think if Law's really struggling on those tyres, I think he should do the undercut. Really, if he's really struggling.
I think it'll be quite strong here, especially as the Peugeot's obviously a lot better on its tyres than the Aston would be. So,
well, then let's see if Law will make his pit stop through flat 10-15. And there's Logan.
Not yet.
No, West.
There's West going for it. There we go. You see.
West is going for the undercut.
Finally, some good strategy, boys. This is what I like to see.
Kofi's in. Inman stays out, so he moves to 3rd. Mermaid down to 4th. Out comes that West.
Mess.
Yeah, this could be not good for West. This might not be good there. Martin is there, and Gianni's also there too. So this might not work out too well for West, because he's going to be stuck behind the derriere of Martin and all that. As Inman got sort of like Kim Kardashian off of turn 1. There's a look at Kofi now in 9th. Yeah, West has got to go by these drivers in a hurry now. He's got to get by them because he doesn't want to lose too much ground on Law. This
is the blessing and a curse of a short pit stop, is the fact that it's easy to change your tyres. That was close. But that's the thing. It's easy to change your tyres, but it's so easy to get chucked into the pack if it's not split as split out as it should be, and that's what's happened here. West is now caught up behind the slower drivers.
He's going to make his way around the outside. He's going to have fresher tyres than Martin and just goes by the Aston driver and through up into 5th position. Now he's got a bit of clean air. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Alex out in front. Now back to this battle then for. Now for 5th place, West has made a pit stop. Martin hasn't, as well as Gianni. Gianni's done well to catch up to Martin. Oh, unlucky there, Martin. He's going to lose 6th position now, I reckon, to Gianni. And yeah, this is a strong showing this from Gianni now.
Yeah, he had a bit of a quiet race in the first at Nürburgring, so you know he's doing well. As Nuggy and Law come in with the same fuel level. Interesting, Inman still keeps going. I think Inman might be going for the 1-stop, you know.
So then at Kofi was making a move on a Gotto here, but who I think Alex will still come out in the lead. Has Law come out just ahead of West? Is that pit stop? Yeah, it did. So West, with that dirty air with the cars battling, has not really improved his position.
Interestingly now, though, is that Inman Inman can now use his track position to defend against Law and maybe cost him and West some time over the next 2 to 3 laps. Come in, pit for the softs, and go to the end on the softs, because I think he could make it with about 20 minutes to go.
Fastest lap there set to Stephen now, 1:43.96, down there in 7th place. So he's having a bit of a quiet race there. Was Inman 5 seconds behind Agotto, but only 3 seconds. I don't know if Stephen has made a pit stop. Now back up front then, Inman in second, and as you question, maybe doing a 1-stop, which you have to pit, I think, 5 minutes time.
Yeah, I reckon around about 22 minutes remaining would be prime opportunity to pit for the 1-stop. So we might just see Inman here park the bus a little bit, park it on apexes, and make Laws and West's life really difficult.
Towards the approachment turn to 14, that is Hell. Looking further back then, Agotto in 6th position, but is yet to make a pit stop. Now let's see who is going to be leading this battle for second after this straightaway. On board now with West, who was dropped off a little bit from Law. Now Law's going to go to the right hand side. Now tucks her back into the slipstream of Inman. Across the start for the straight they go. It's lap 13 now. Now this time Law will duck out to the right side of the track. Inman again parks on the bus, a little bit leaning on each other. And Inman just holding on to second place. But if Law can stick it around the outside, this is what Kofi did. If he can stick it on the outside for Domus, then he's going to have the inside for Domus out, and he will get that position. And West and Law couldn't do it.
It's a bit cheeky there from Inman to lean on Law, but Rubbing is racing. They were equal going into that corner, so I think
they were just open hands.
It is a nice romantic day. Oh.
Yeah, here we go now. Here we go. Inman and Law, they've pretty much held each other up, and it's got West into this battle. They're not careful. Kofi is going to join in this battle too. Law's going to be going onto the outside. Is West thinking about going free abreast? That would be a silly move if West would have done that. Now can Law do it around the outside? He's going to have the speed off the corner, and he's got it. Up to second place now goes Law.
Fantastic move from Law there. He's done well.
I've seen some good passes around the outside, like Law there, Kofi did earlier on.
It's certainly possible. I mean, the tyre advantage that Law has compared to Inman at this point is going to definitely help him there, but fair play.
Look at this gaggle of cars. Sorry, I am back.
Yeah.
Sorry
Battle
about
now
the
for
absence.
8th. Shani's leading the way, followed by Mermaid, who has made a pit stop, and Shani getting held completely wrong, lost the rear end.
I'm shocked he didn't. Mermaid didn't hit the back of him there. That would have easily spun around if he wasn't careful.
There's battles everywhere. You look, top 4 here again. West is.
Yeah, West is going to be sticking him behind. Oh, did he get him? He had a little tap on Inman.
Had a little bit of a
Mermaid's
nibble,
up to 8th.
letting him know he's there. Just I'm coming through if you give me the opportunity.
We've just seen that Mermaid is back up to 8th position.
Kofi, top 5.
There too. Yeah, top 5. He fell down to 8th on the second lap after getting bumped by Inman. Now here comes West. He's having a look on the inside of Church. He's got the inside. Inman gives him the space. And up into 3rd now goes the championship leader.
I think Inman wants to go for the cutback here, but I think it's accidentally given Kofi a good run. So
yeah, so this one-stop strategy might not work in part of Inman's favour here. Kofi's up into 4th now. Probably want to go 3rd. He's going to go around the outside of West. It says to, but no, he's going to hold on to 4th position now.
Yeah.
It's good defence from West there. A bit borderline, but I think Kofi made it work. Kofi again, we've seen moves around the outside there, but on great overspeed.
And that's how Mermaid got by Gianni. Just goes by the AMG Mercedes driver, and Rascal nearly gets into the back of Gianni in the process. There's Martin falling down to the 12th position.
That's 3 wide into the back there.
No, that was 2. That was Randy making a pass on Martin. So Martin's heroics in the opening laps is falling by the wayside as Inman makes his one and only pit stop.
Where
I think
is Jerry?
Jerry's down in 14th, I reckon.
Oh, he's still there, is he? Okay. Oh, there was.
Oh no, he's
Kofi got loose there.
Oh, it's Ben. Sorry, we forgot about Ben because he went off in the first corner. My apologies. So out goes Inman down in 12th position. Kofi's around the outside. Is he going to do the same again? Yes, indeed.
Yes, he has. What a move!
Again.
He's clearly practiced that somewhere. Like that is. There's no way that is not a practice move. He's studied those two corners and gone, I reckon I can do this. The fact that he pulled it off on two of the best drivers is that's cracking. That's cracking piece of driving.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mermaid now in 7th. Gianni and Eve, they've sort of pulled away from this battle, but now it's now Martin in their 9th position, followed by Rasco in 10th and Randy Moore in 11th. There's Inman who's making this one and only stop. There's a look at Jerry Bear in 13th, and look at this further forward, nearly going to be three abreast going into his turn 9, are they? Rasco getting held up behind that Aston driver Martin.
Oh,
I don't think
corner there.
I don't think Rascal wanted to risk it around the outside again. After what happened on the first time, I think he's learned his lesson a little bit.
Going through unlucky. Rascal sticks a rear tyre on the grass there. Looking at Gianni now, running it in 8th position, but all over the back of Mermaid. It's a strong this for Mermaid.
I think Randy's managed to make his way up past both Martin and Rascal there.
Gatto makes his one and only pit stop then, so that's now put Stephen into 5th position. Here's that battle for 8th place, as you mentioned. It just seems that Aston has just got so much grunt on that straightaway and just stays ahead of Randy. It's Rascal could be better for the GT300 champion, the AJC. Rascal 13th in the first race and currently 10th in this, so he's sort of struggling.
He's still doing well, all things considered. It's not too bad. Like top 10.
I don't know if he's still racing on the pad, is he, or has he fixed his wheel or pedals?
I think he has repaired his wheel, as far as I know, but I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. I'm going to say it in the broadcast. Moving on. But yeah, top 10 cast of over 40 drivers isn't bad. You know, there's no getting away from that.
Inman's catching them no further behind. He's at 2 seconds behind off the Rascal. As Martin are going defensive again, it says 2. Around the outside goes Randy.
Is Martin gonna? Yeah, Martin's actually gives space this time.
And there is Inman coming up. Meanwhile, West is all over the back of Kofi now.
Yeah, this battle has been going on for the last how many laps?
Before they made their first pit stop, so that would have been, what, 5 laps? Roughly about 5 laps. Here we go then. Can Kofi defend that 3rd position? On that Peugeot. Nearly 21 minutes to go. Here we go then, to the outside, over the brow of the hill, and just streaks by Kofi and back into 3rd place.
I love that camera angle, where they just appear over the crest. It's just fantastic looking.
Does give a good sense of the speed and just how quickly they have to hit the brakes. They don't have much time to spot their braking zone as they come over that crest. So
you're truly picking out where the curve starts in that instance.
Stephen up into 5th, and he's pushing on to the back of Kofi and West. So considering he got into the gravel briefly, that's a good little recovery drive from him as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, has he actually pitted? I can't mind if he has or not.
He definitely is pitted.
He's on the softs?
Yeah, he's on the softs, yeah.
Oh, so that's why he's catching.
But with that fuel level, he'll have to pit again to get back on the medium, so we might see Steve drop back down a little bit.
Well, the delta's only around 3 or 4, 5 or 8 seconds, though, isn't it? It's not a very long delta in the pit lane.
It does have a pretty decent gap to Gianni in 6th place. I think it was about 8 seconds, so Steve might not lose any ground. Meanwhile, we haven't mentioned him about this whole race, though. Alex leading the way by 7.2 seconds over Law in 2nd.
I mean, he's just been in a class of his own, hasn't he? He got the lead and never looked back, really. And it's exactly what I predicted him to do at Nürburgring, but we all know how that played out. So, you know, my prediction's coming true. I'm happy. I got 1 right. 1 out of 2 is always a good start for him.
No, but
Yeah.
he can. He can make mistakes.
Yes, he can make mistakes, but I think this is where Nuggy is in his zone. He's in clear air. He's got no one to worry about. And Nuggy doesn't make mistakes in these positions.
Yeah, unless he hits lap traffic. But if he's doing that, he's got some serious pace in this race on this
The
track.
guy in last place, which I believe is Ben MK, is just going through 10:15. So I don't think there's going to be any lap traffic here concerning Alex. Nonetheless, Kofi's seemingly to drop a little bit back from West there. So I'm wondering if these tyres are a little bit struggling here. But over West did pit first. Then Kofi pitted, and I believe the lap afterwards. They should be pitting within the next 2, 3, maybe 4 laps, and then put on a set of soft tyres and see what they do here.
It's going to be interesting to see because West seems to have much more fuel than Kofi as well. So I think that Hyundai again on race pace just doesn't have the pace of the other cars, which is unfortunate for Kofi. But if he can keep it behind West, P4 considering what happened is all right.
Yeah, from starting in the pole position too. I mean, hopefully he'll take it. Back again at Mermaid, still raging with that battle with Gianni. There's Randy Moore in 8th position, who seemingly to pull away a little bit from Martin. Any improvement on Inman? Has he improved on his 11th place? Has he got by Rascal or what? Let's have a look then. Now with Mermaid. That dodge is so quick, isn't it?
You just can't stop it.
Literally, you can't.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I mean, by the looks of the way that the Mercedes stopped it, neither the brakes can stop the Viper. So, fair play to Gianni there. He kept that position fairly. Just broke a bit later. Inman in 10th, so he's slowly making his way through.
And Gotto's still down there in 12th position. I think these are the only two that are making 1 stops, I reckon.
So it'd be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, Inman's on the medium still, so maybe not. I don't know what he's doing with that then, or maybe he's not using the softs entirely and he's just going for the one stop.
Yeah, the one stop. Yeah,
because
they did pit.
That is still within the rules. It's one set of softs. You don't have to use them if you don't want to.
Yeah, well, I mean, because this Mermaid goes around the outside of Gianni. Nice pass there. Because Inman pitted with about 25 minutes to go, and then the next lap afterwards, the Gotto pitted. So that's what I'm thinking. They're going for the one stop.
Yeah, it makes the most sense if they've gone for the one stop. But it's interesting to see that they didn't use the softs, if that's the case. So Kofi going back onto the back of West, but he's clearly going for the undercut here. So let's see if that pays off.
Car. Stephen comes into the pit, so that's his second and last pit stop. Law, we're looking at now in second.
It's a very strong race.
Yeah, very much is there. That really good battle between Law and Stephen. Spoke to Stephen, I think it was on the Tuesday when he was practicing. He was saying, God, if you have to get by Law, you've got to earn that overtake to get by Law, because he will make it really hard for you. Anyway, looking at this battle now with Law's teammate Martin leading the way. Now Inman's up to 7th place, getting a couple of wheels on the gravel trap. Is Martin getting it sideways? So now they held up Inman just a tiny bit more. Tries to go to the inside. It's a massive block.
No.
Inman.
There was brakes involved there. That was a brake check. I'm not happy with that at all. We cannot be seeing that live as we go on board. Martin's going to get the book absolutely thrown at him for that one, because that is dangerous driving to a T. Apologies for everyone seeing that, because he should not be doing that.
In fact, Inman has found a way by Martin now, so
that's the chaos behind him. I'm not sure what Martin is
Kofi, there's contact with Kofi and Martin, and now Martin's going to lose out another one to Stephen now. Kofi's gone by Inman.
There's a gap there if I can make it, and he just finds his way into it.
He just found there was enough room to squeeze a Hyundai in there.
Just enough. And someone's unlucky at the back there. No, I'm wrong. I thought someone was way offline, but looks like I got back into the line. I got a late move there though.
West is into the pits, so this is probably a reaction to Kofi, I reckon. He's gonna go into the soft tyres now. West may come out ahead of Kofi, I reckon. Yeah, really well. So Mermaid's down to third position, but West's got some clean air.
Well,
and more importantly, fresh tyres.
Yeah, fresh tyres indeed, yeah. So where is Rascal?
look at these three. Nose to
Eddie's in
tail.
11th. Martin's making his pit stop now.
Onto softs.
Softs. I'd imagine Rascal's onto the soft tyres too. So here we go then. Battle now for 5th. Kofi versus Inman, who's on the 1-stop, and Stephen in 7th, and Agotto, who's also doing a 1-stop, sitting now in 8th position.
Inman's making this 1-stop work slightly then. It's probably not where he wanted to be. I'm sure he wanted to be a bit further up.
He's on defensive now.
That's the problem. All these cars around him are on the mediums again, and they're just much newer ones. So they just got the extra speed and extra pace.
Brilliant. Like, look how close.
Sideways through Sesto.
A fair play to Stephen there. He could have lost that. That Supra does not like it on traction, but you know, that was a great move.
Yeah.
Not to mention that Alex is making his pit stop, and as well as Law, so they're going to go into the soft tyres and see what they can do.
Two Aston Martin sister teams in this championship, of course.
Yep, 1-2, and then Mermaid is probably going to pull into the pit lane to go into a set of softs, which he does.
In the Bug Snacks Viper.
Oh, actually, where is oh, here we go. Look at this. West can come out ahead of Law for second.
This is a big one.
Side by side, they are through Belvy and Nora, and West just holds. Law holds on to that second, but now he's under some severe pressure.
No, he's not just under pressure. Like, this is tire.
He's got
warm-up as
Kofi
well.
coming up.
He's on cold tires coming out of the pits versus West, who's had a lap to warm them up. So, you know, we'll see how this pans out
He's got
here.
2 laps to warm them up, but let's see if Law can hold them off. We said how Stephen said, you know, you have to earn the overtake to get by Law. Let's see how West and Kofi can now going towards the penalty barriers, riding on board with Law and with West, and Law again going heavily defensive. Now over the brow of the hill, going into its turn 9, sets to West, pulls out to the right hand side of the track. Law protecting the inside, careful not to hit the wall. And Law will still hold on to second place, but this is going to shape up to be an interesting battle now. Stephen's still there in 5th position. I believe he's back on the medium tyres as well as Inman. Agotto's down to 7th. But this battle was raging on there, so you got 3 cars. Unlucky there. Unlucky Agotto.
In fact, you say unlucky. He's pretty lucky not to lose more time there, because that was very wide. That was almost out of control for Agotto there.
Right, let's see how defensive is Law going to go. Is he going to go up against the white line on the left hand side? Which indeed he does. Now they go over the brow of the hill yet again.
Yeah,
Who's going to be late on the brakes? Is it going to be the Aston? Is it going to be the Peugeot? It's Britain versus France, and Britain just holds on. Oh, this is insane. And Kofi's starting to pull a little bit away, and I think it was. He might be there to pick up the pieces if something happens between Law and West, which we hope not. He's cleaned up a lot now.
Anything can happen between Law and West. Like, lots of clean things can happen. They can both lose time.
Kofi's smelling a P2 here.
He definitely is.
He knows. He knows he can get this P2 if he plays this smart.
He will be fuming. It's not P1, I think, after the race.
I think Nuggy still would have had him throughout the race, but P2 is still a great result.
Oh, brilliant!
Considering everything that's happened.
He's going to go. Oh, he's going to take advantage of West going to the outside. And he's up into 3rd.
What
Where
a
did he come
move!
from?
That was way later than I was expecting. Look at that!
Oh, he dived out really late there, and he just calculated that to perfection.
Yeah, even have space on the outside for West if he needed it. Like, that's clinical.
That was fantastic. That is exactly what we want to see. That was brilliant.
10 minutes to go. On board with Inman, still in 6th position. Stephen just ahead. And a Gotto in 7th.
Inman nearly hitting the outside wall there, getting on the grass a little bit on the exit of the corner, so that's probably cost him down the straight if he wanted to get past Inman. So I mean that could almost ruin Inman's race if he wasn't careful there. So he needs to be a bit more bit tidier. Oh, it's Kofi's going.
Kofi's going to go around the outside this time. Can he do it like for the 4th time in a row? Oh, he nearly gets pushed out from Law nearly.
Very close.
What's Kofi going to do? Is he going to fake a move? Is he going to fake a move to the inside? No.
Law wants his second place. He wants his second place, doesn't he?
Remember when Law led for like a few corners in Catalonia last season? This is that Law in there right now. He wants to do really well.
Oh, I remember that too. Yeah, before he binned it in the first corner. Anyways. Yeah, West has got the best seat in the house here, and he's going to try and see what Kofi's going to do, and maybe what West do what Kofi did to him a lap before. And this is what West did to Law a lap ago. Oh, careful!
That was a bit laggy from Kofi there by the looks of things. So I don't
Jesus!
I don't think there was any intentional bump there because it did look a bit laggy, but yeah, West smelling the 3rd place back. Small tap, but nothing came of it. So
he didn't press an advantage there. It's like there's no real issue with that. A bit unfortunate.
Kofi shutting the door in West face there, saying, "You don't get by me through like that. I want to try and get 2nd place here."
And he can. And this is it. This is the move he's going to do. This will be round the outside. He'll get him on the straight or in the braking zone. He's got to hit.
I would say he'll try to size him up and go for that move he likes so much, I think, in the chicane.
He likes passing cars around the outside, trying to get a side draft, I think, on Law. Now, who's going to be late braking in towards Belvey? And it's the Aston that's just going to hold on.
Just again. Law needs to find a way of forcing... Kofi needs to find a way of forcing Law to the outside of that corner, otherwise he's not going to hang it around the outside there.
I wonder if part of this is the many times Law's battled me and he's fed up getting stuck behind me. So he's looked up what I actually do every time he's behind me.
Careful, Kofi. You can tell he's pushing the car. He wants
it. He wants this 2nd place. He's going to get it. He's going to have it any which way he can. Hopefully without an incident, but he's going to go for it.
I think the only downfall for Kofi is he's got 2 laps worn tyres than Law just ahead. And West pitted a lap after Kofi pitted.
Big thing is Kofi's in the worst position here. Like if he makes a mistake, West is on his gearbox. And
yes.
Well, that was the case when West was in 3rd position, because then Kofi took advantage of West trying to get 2nd place.
But so, West. Does West have that aggression to actually make use of that kind of situation? I don't know yet. Like he's kind of an unproven quantity with these kind of situations, I think.
Battle still raging on. Oh no, sorry, we were just captivating the battle there. Meanwhile, as I said, back at the ranch, Halleck's just driving his own race. But it's this battle for 2nd place that is raging on here. And then they've put on a good show the last 5 or so-ish minutes. It's just going to be a shame that all 3 of them are not going to be on the podium. One's going to unfortunately miss out. Looking back here at Rascal with 10th place Memory just ahead. And Agotto has decided to make his pit stop. Oh, he was actually on the softs. Okay.
I think Agotto ran out of fuel. I don't think he had enough fuel to make it to the end.
Nah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't have enough fuel. But anyways, he's going to be careful. He might come out in a dangerous pit here. Bit more lag on my screen. Looks like on news as well. But battle now for 9th. Agotto versus Memory versus Rascal.
Yeah. Look at this.
Look at this now. Kofi's in 2nd. Kofi's now in 2nd.
West is in 3rd. What's happened there?
I don't think Law's going to let him have that though.
Oh, Jesus. Look at that Law putting his car in the middle of the track, but he's going to lose that 3rd place now. Oh, is he? Is he going to go late braking around towards turn 9?
It's Law putting everything on the line.
He's trying this.
He's still there. He's still there. He's got the inside. He's got the inside for lucky. Oh, for unlucky.
Inside. Outside.
Oh, look at this! He's done it! That was sheer brave there. Law giving it up without a fight.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened though.
And West is now taking Kofi.
Have we gone
Yeah,
too
well-
far ahead to get the replay of that turn 1 though? I wonder. Yeah, so Law's
no,
ahead
this is it.
here. This is
Oh, so
That was
perfect.
a great dummy from Kofi there.
Yeah, went the launch. I don't know if there was contact. There might have been a little bit of contact there.
just brilliant racing. That's all I see.
So Kofi's got to do. He's got it all to do again now. Centre forward position getting very close to the back of the Peugeot. Oh, just clipping a couple of wheels on the gravel.
So Kofi has of course lost out from that attack, and that's what I was saying. West would be right on top of him if there was any kind of mistake. Kofi is so risky with that line though. Like he's right on the grass coming into that corner. He does not care.
It's just a case of those tyres have said enough. Who's that left the room?
Someone's disconnected by the looks of things.
Can't see who that was, unfortunately. I don't know. Oh, Agotto, unfortunately, he's disconnected, so...
I think Agotto does have some problems with his internet sometimes, so...
Yeah, as well as, like, Agotto is in Argentina, I believe, so, like...
Uruguay.
Sorry, I'm completely wrong. That's really offensive, sorry.
Here comes West, he's going to get second as he got the speed off the corner at turn 9. Still side by side through the Saracen complex, and Law's just leaning on West. Law is driving the race of his life to hold on to second place. This will be his best finish in his career in the Gr.3 Championship if he can hold it off. He did have a third at Brands Hatch.
Right on him.
Around the outside.
Has he got it? Has he got the speed off the corner though? Off of West? No, he doesn't.
No.
Oh my god, guys, keep it clean for another 3 minutes, please. I don't want this to end, but...
Yeah. But again, like Gotwood's, like, it's a transcontinental connection, so it seems like he's disconnected, which is unfortunate. Poor guy. Of course, he will get points for this race. He's done.
Here we go again then. 3 abreast into turn 1. West in the middle. But Law's going to protect them. Oh, is Kofi going to stick it around on the outside? He likes going around the outside, but can't do it there.
This is fantastic racing from all 3 of them. No quarters being given, but there is that mutual respect between the 3 of them.
Oh, careful. There's
so close. So close.
A bump.
I'm just amazed how this kept going so long.
I think Law may have just made the middle of the church a little bit wrong.
Kofi did as well, so he won't get to take advantage of this, so this is West's opportunity, I think.
But again, it's just the power that Aston is just so good on the straightaway. It's just so hard for Law to West to try and get by.
The Peugeot just doesn't have the power, even in the slipstream, to get that overspeed required to go anywhere near a braking zone. So Law definitely has the advantage here, coming into what we think is going to be the last lap. If Nuggy crosses the line, I think he's gonna. Yeah, it's going to definitely be the last lap here. So this is it. This is West and Kofi's opportunity to take second place off Law.
Here we go then. Friendship's definitely out the window here with 1 lap to go. I think Kofi's a bit too far back now. He might be out of the slipstream, so I think it's going to be a 2-horse race now for second place.
Kofi's dropped it. That's a massive run for West, though. Look at the speed difference. But when he comes out the slipstream, it just dies.
Here we go. He's got to go late on the brakes here. Can he do it this time? They're bumping and barging on each other. Door paddle to door paddle. But again, Law holds on.
Yeah, this is a recap of AJC Spa round, really, isn't it?
Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Last 10 minutes, Law doing the drive of his life. Hold on.
Yeah, and again, like I says, Law's on course here for his best ever finish. Like I says, his best finish so far in the Gr.3 Championship was a 3rd at Brands Hatch last season, and he was battling against Kobu. Well, he's got to do it again, but this time for 2nd.
I think West got a bad run out of church there, but it looks like he's still in the slipstream, so
he's going to pinch him right up against the wall, I think.
He pinched him a little bit to try and upset the Aston. Has he got it this time? If he keeps it around the outside, he's got the speed off the corner. Now this is an opportunity. He's going to squeeze Lord off it nearly into the wall.
He's
Law's
still
going to have the inside. Law's going to have the inside for unlucky. And he's still keeping through.
He's still
got it.
Meanwhile, Alex is going to come across the line to get his first win of the season. So stamping his authority is
to look at
Alex, but
that.
let's see this battle for second. Law's gonna hold on, but move the Peugeot. Can West do it now at the final turn?
I think he's too close. He's not going to be able to stick in the slipstream long enough to get the run to the line.
I don't think he can. Here we go, then. Can he pull out? Nah, he's going to stick it behind. Law, absolutely drive of the race for me there. Law gets second place. West in third. Kofi just ran out of steam for fourth position.
Kofi was a bit unlucky in the last lap there in the back of shot itself.
Stephen fifth, Inman sixth, Gianni gets seventh, Randy Moore is in eighth position, Mermaid gets a solid top 10, and then here comes Martin. Be a bit of a naughty boy after that race though, with the pre-check on Inman.
I'm not sure that will stand.
In 11th. And apologies to Jenny Baird and Ben MK, because we didn't see a lot of coverage from them, but Jenny Baird, I hope he'll be happy.
Jerry can hold his head high there. He's to finish P12 in Lobby A is beating anyone in Lobby A is an achievement for him there. So fair enough for him. And as Ben slowly crawls across the line.
So. Hopefully he didn't run out of fuel too. So there you go then. Alex there picking up, I believe that would be his third win in the GR3 Championship, and Law has now got his best ever finish of second place. But what a battle that was there with West, Kofi and Law for second place.
Yeah, I mean, crazy driving, all over the place, but all fair from what it seems.
Yeah, vast majority that was fair racing.
That was crazy. I'm shocked by it. To be honest, like
the opening laps were nuts, and in the closing laps were nuts.
Yeah,
just kept going.
Non-stop action. I would like to say that Martin has immediately come into the champs chat and has said that he was trying to let Inman pass. So if that's the case, I apologise for being so harsh. But on our screen, it did look like a brake check. So obviously, I don't want. I think when you go on, then. It's more one of those things that live on stream. It looked a lot. It looked a lot more dangerous than maybe what it was really for. So I apologise to Martin for calling it the way I did.
When you looked at the line that Martin took into turn 4, he was like right on the inside line. So I think it was a case that he was trying to let Inman go by. I don't think there was any intent of
I don't
check of that.
I don't think there was any malice thinking about it now. But obviously in the heat of the moment, I called it as a brake check. But I apologise for saying that, because I honestly, looking back at it, I don't think it was. But we move on. Fair play to Martin. He did well. It was obviously his first time in Lobby A, so we've got to give him credit for that.
Mixing it with the big boys and getting his highest 4th position too. So I mean, there's no shame in that.
So I mean, congrats to everybody. Like, what a race! What a race from everyone. Yeah. I hope.
Right, so we're going to get some interviews in.
So obviously, general chat is going to be filling up right now.
We want to get a word with West in.
I think West has to go run. I think.
Oh yeah, of
at
course.
this point.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for people to hop in. We kind of want the race winner, hopefully. So hopefully Nuggy is available first.
Yeah. I'd rather want to speak to Laura and Kofi. I want to speak to them.
Yeah.
I'll drag Laura in here for the moment then, while we'll wait for Nuggy to appear.
There we go. There he is. Law. What a battle! Best finish in your GR3 season 2, second place, and you had to work for that second.
I am sweating. Yeah, the slip is just so strong here. You cannot get away. So Wes gave me a proper battle. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of taking it all in.
He's shaking.
I was a little bit, but yeah, my heart was pounding. I'm not sure. I will probably get. The only problem I have is just my last move in the last corner there, just moving under braking. I'm just like, oh crap, why did I do that? But it was a good battle anyway, wasn't it? Did you guys have fun?
I mean,
enjoyed it.
it was non-stop for what, 7 laps in a row, 8 laps in a row. Like
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
the action was just constant. I mean, going into turn 1, obviously you kept the inside line every single time, and
Yep.
you know you did that well. But were you concerned about the fact that, you know, turn 1 is one of those corners where the outside line actually can sometimes be quicker because of the camber of the corner? So are you surprised that no one really hung it round the outside at all?
Yeah, I was surprised that West or Kofi tried to do the cut across, but I think it's because I basically parked my car at the apex that move was quite difficult. But because the Aston just has such great traction, it's quite hard to pull that off. But I did notice that they were starting to get a bit more desperate and trying moves here, here and there. I think Kofi tried a move down the left up the church corner. I was like, okay. But you basically, it's just on the two main overtaking parts of the track, you basically just park your car on the inside on the apex and they can't really get past. And even when you're on the outside in the normal racing line for the next hairpin after church, you can just, you can use the Aston's traction to kind of get past the person, so if they're on your inside and you're on the outside, it's generally, you can keep in touch with them. So yeah, the car helped, but Jesus.
I mean, that's a crazy race. I mean, you can be. We were expecting after Nürburgring for you to be pushing the door of the top 5, but to come P2
Podium.
Yeah, literally the second race of the season. I mean, considering the previous stuff, it was more just a case of keeping your nose clean more than anything. It seemed like.
Yeah, pretty much. I knew that that my a quali time, the quali time that I did yesterday in a practice race would have been second, behind Kofi. So I knew I had the pace over the one lap, but I had no idea what the other guys were doing. I knew Alex would just steam out front, but I was quite surprised actually keeping pace with him in the first 2 stints was pretty good. I just wish he slowed down a little bit just to give me the slip, but just have to get better.
Yeah, I mean that's nuggy for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, we're in the talk now because we don't have a lot of time. We're speaking with the other guys, but anyway, congratulations on your best ever finish in the GR3 Championship.
Thank you very much, boys. See you later.
See ya.
Yeah.
And let's get who should we get on now?
We'll get the race winner in. I feel like that's probably the best one to talk to next.
Here we go then. Here is Alex, defending champion. Can you hear us?
Can you speak louder?
Oh, hello. There we go.
There we go.
There you are. Well, there you go. Well, stamping your authority on that race there, Alex. What was it like?
Yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate at the start. I just saw Inman punt Kofi, and then it was just straight shooting just control it in.
Yeah, you got kind of lucky not to get involved in any incidents. It was just one of those things. That was it.
So
once you got through T1 the second lap, that was it. You were gone.
That's
all your rivals were it.
Yeah.
So fair enough. There's not really much to say about your race.
Yeah, exactly.
It was one of those ones where it's just like, Nuggy's still in the lead.
Just control it.
We didn't forget about you. We didn't forget about you.
We'll come back to him every 10 minutes or so just to check he's still there, and you were. So so it was just one of those things. It's it's not only it's a win for you, but the results from everyone else helps you out as well, doesn't it? It's your main rivals finishing quite low down the table, quite low down the grid. That's definitely going to help you out.
Yeah, definitely. Because this was the race I think the Vantage was the best on, so I knew I just had to win at the start to keep up, and then we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season. And also I picked Tokyo as a probably must win because I think the Aston is very strong there. So but we'll see how the other handling tracks go. But I just have to control it in, and then
I was just about to say next week we're at Laguna Seca. So how do you think the Aston will fare around there?
Yeah, it's quite understeery, but yeah, I have to test. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna do my best and try to be in the top 3 every race.
But anyways, we're short on time, so congratulations on your 3rd win in your career in this championship.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Well,
we'll try
we're going to bring Kofi in now.
Oh, we're going to have to get Kofi in because we want to see from his perspective here. So here we go, then. Kofi?
Hello.
How was that from your perspective, battling with Law and West?
Well, it was pretty crazy. That whole last stint, we were all battling.
It was excellent racing, I got to say. You had some incredible moves to get the battle back, I have to say.
Yeah, it's quite a difficult track to pass at, so I had to bring out some creative moves.
I'm sure you feel a bit disappointed though, considering the first pole position.
Yeah.
In ARC, you did all that work and then just to be taken out on the second lap. I mean, P4 though, and with a shot at P2, considering what had happened, that's still not bad going. It's still quite ominous pace shown from you.
Yeah, considering what happened in the second lap, it's still a pretty good result. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm still pretty frustrated at what happened.
Yeah, I mean that's racing though, isn't it? It's one of those things I've been taken out in my time as well. It sucks, but the way that you built yourself back up to get the position,
and the passes.
And the 2 moves you made around the outside of T4 to the inside of T5 was just they were next level. They were up there on probably one of the probably going to be the overtakes of the season, to be honest, if we don't see anything else magical like that. So you can hold your head high.
Yeah. Had you been practicing those out of curiosity, that move? Have you done before in practice races?
Not particularly. I don't really ever practice what moves I'm going to do. I'm just practicing my pace and how it's going to be like on tire wear. But it all just comes along in the race. Figure it out, trying to be creative.
It certainly worked there. Definitely.
Yes. So, obviously, going on to Laguna next week, how do you feel like the Hyundai is going to suit there? Because it seems to be very quick on 1 lap pace. That seems to be where its real strength is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Do you reckon it's going to do well at Laguna, or do you reckon you might struggle a little bit there, considering it's so understeery?
Yeah, I think I'll do good in quali, because the car is just really fast on softs and when there's like no fuel in the car. But yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do in the race, because with the understeer that comes with the tire wear, I might be in the grass a few times.
Well, I mean, I hope that doesn't happen, because that's definitely not what we want to see for you. But yeah, I mean, cracking race. We hope to see moves like if you continue doing that around corners like that. I mean, you're definitely going to be the most exciting driver to watch. Better than boring Nuggy just leading from 13 seconens in the lead of the line. So I'd rather a fun race than a win. Yeah, I know. That was not great, was it? We'll ignore the fact of me surprising drivers at the end of the race, jumping 15 seconds when I've been fuel saving. But that's fine. That's whatever. But fair play, Kofi.
Yeah,
very impressed with that.
Because we need to get more interviews in. So anyway, well done on your 4th place, and well done thank you for putting on a show.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you think we've got time for one more? Should we get Mermaid in? Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately,
we're running a bit late.
We've got our producer Naria telling us he wants to go to bed. He buys, so unfortunately we'll have to.
We have to end the stream, unfortunately. We wanted to get an interview with Mermaid, see how his cat's doing as well, because he had a pretty decent race too.
Yeah, and, we'll be sure to speak to some of the other drivers later on. On later races if we can do, but unfortunately, it is getting a bit late for our producer, so we'll let him go sleep.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, that has been a thoroughly entertaining second round. I can't wait for Laguna Seca next week. Should be good fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I mean, hopefully it goes a lot better than season 4 did with connection issues and all that. But
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
hopefully we actually get a race. That'd be good.
yeah, that'd be a great job if we can do that. But obviously,
Hopefully we don't get
we'll
two
wait and see what happens.
drop scores then. Hopefully not, because that was certainly more the
Yeah.
confusing.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll aim to avoid that. But thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah.
That was a great fun race to cast, really. So
Yeah, indeed, yeah. So yeah, that has been the ARC GR3 Championship Round 2 with Sardegna A, and then we're going to end the stream here. So I've been Savvy.
I've been Chilly. Techie's not here anymore.
Oh, yeah,
so
I'm here, yeah.
He's already left.
I haven't, Techie.
And there we go. And we'll see you again then for Round 3 next week. So till then, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.